Hey guys, what's up? We're here to talk about 2010 Ravens season preview. We're just a couple days away from opening up against Carolina on Thursday night. It's going to be on ESPN, and we were just going to get some ideas out there. Get to see how the Ravens are going to do, what's going on in training camp, and who to look for, and how we think the Ravens are going to fare this season.
All right, my first question for you is, right, they are playing the Panthers this Thursday night. Who are you looking for to kind of, surprise us a little bit? Who do you think is going to come out that, is not, that we're not thinking about right now?
Well, I think a guy that's going to surprise some people at a spot that we're a little bit, weak at. I would say the cornerback is Kerry Williams. He's played in the league for a couple of years. We claimed him last year off the Titans practice squad. He's fortunately going to be suspended for the first two games of the season for a conduct policy. But he will be back by week 3 when we face off against Cleveland. I think he's long and rangy. He can go after the ball. He's a ball hawk. He's really a guy that I like, and I think he actually can have has the ability to start down the line. Offensively, I like the two young tight ends that we got, Ed Dixon and Dennis Pitta. If Todd Heap, goes down, and he's had some injury problems in the past, if he does go down, we have two great rookies behind him that can step up. They're big. Both are very good at going up and catching the football and making big plays. So I like those three guys.
The big question, I think, of the media in the offseason has been the secondary, with comments from Ed Reed to people coming back from injury. Realistically, going into the season, let's say a few weeks in, how do you think this team is going to look in the secondary? You think they're going to be something that, Chris Berman and Tom Jackson are going to be, talking about, saying that they, you should go right after their secondary, or do you think it's going to be like, they're adjusting pretty well?
Well, I think the Ravens made some good improvements as the season went on in Greg Madison's system. And, Fabian Washington's coming off of a torn ACL. He's back in camp right now, looking pretty good. Ladarius Webb is a guy who I think has the ability to be a big-time player for us in the secondary, can definitely be a number one corner. The question is can he come off that torn ACL that he suffered last year against Chicago? Is he able to come back healthy enough early in the season? Ed Reed, that's again another toss-up. Will he be ready for week 1, or is he going to go on the pup list? Or will he come back by week 3, week 4? We don't know these things, but I will say for Ed Reed, you have a guy like Tom Zbikowski. He's going into his 3rd season. I really thought good draft pick when we picked him out of Notre Dame. He's tough, physical, but he's very smart as well. And I've just heard great things about him in camp so far. And he proved last year, when Ed Reed went out, that he can be a very good player, that he could set guys up, put them in the right position. And I also like the acquisition that we made of Tom Zbikowski, Ken Hamlin rather, and Dewan Laundrie is a guy too. He's very physical. He's a guy that's going to come up hitting you in the mouth. He's really come off of that bad neck injury they had in 2008. So I really like the safeties a lot, and I think that can kind of make up for what we lack at corner. Dominique Foxworth lost for the injury, lost for the season with a torn ACL. So, things are going to look a little shaky. We have Chris Carr, who's a little bit of an insurance policy. Walt Harris just went on an injured reserve list. I believe he's going to try to get in better shape and come off of it during the season sometime. But right now things are looking shaky. But I think they should be okay. This is a team, they usually play next man up. That's their mentality, and I think we should be okay.
Now, offensively, a lot of the Ravens' production really was Ray Rice.
Right.
And, some people were saying that they ran him too hard and that he may not be ready for the season. I haven't really heard anything about him, honestly, which is probably a good thing. He's there at training camp, obviously, working hard. The Ravens, they look really good offensively from it. They've got a ton of, acquisitions from Bolden. And so I guess my question is there any questions you have about the offense that you think need to be addressed?
No, I am really excited to see this offense play. When you can add a guy like Anquan Bolden from Arizona, and really, we traded away 3rd and 4th round pick, but we gained that by trading away the 25th overall pick. We got back a second, a third, and a fourth round pick from Denver. So, we really got a great deal, and great end of the trade, I guess you could say. And Anquan Bolden is just a very physical wide receiver. He's going to fit in. You're very physical when you got guys like Ray Rice, Wilson McGahee, LaRon McClain running for you in the backfield. And historically, Baltimore's had a good power running game, but never really had that physical outside presence that could, not only command double teams, but break tackles. This guy can, has great yard after the catch ability, and I'm just really excited to see him. And then, be able to retain Derek Mason. That's huge. He works the sidelines great. Dante Stallworth is a guy who hasn't played professional football at all last year. Coming back, he's very, very determined and motivated. Extremely fast, in shape, and really looking good. I'm impressed with his hands so far. Like I said, Todd Heap, if he can stay healthy, and then like I said, with the two rookie tight ends underneath, just really a special group. And also too, you forget about guys like Mark Clayton, Demetrius Williams, Marcus Smith, even Justin Harper now. If he can, really come in and catch the ball consistently, he could be a surprise guy that makes the team. And David Reed, 5th round pick, great special teams value. I really like him a lot. And the offensive line, I think really the only question I would have there is maybe with Jared Gaither. He's he's lost a lot of weight. He's been down to about 310 pounds. Has had some injuries, but I think people have talked about trading him. I really don't think that would be a good idea. He's a guy you need to be able to protect the rush. Having him and Michael Orr to protect defensive end, outside linebacker rushes is just phenomenal. I think, when you can have a good young offensive line that we do, led by Burke in the middle, I think it's really just a great combination. I think this is the best offense that I've ever seen so far in Baltimore. So very excited to see what we can do this year.
So my last question is, you think this team, going through a grueling, 17-week season, you think they make the playoffs?
Oh yeah, I think they do. I'm not gonna say who wins the AFC North. This is a tough division every year. You got Cincinnati, who's a very talented football team. Pittsburgh is always going to be a tough team to play. They are tough, and they're going to come back. Troy Polamalu comes back for them. Ben is going to come back for them at some point this year. Even Cleveland, Cleveland has improved this offseason. So, I think this whole division is going to be just very tough to deal with. It's going to be tough to see who wins it. It's always a toss-up, but I do think Baltimore will make their way into the playoffs. Probably a record, I'm going to say 12-4. I think this is going to be a tough football team to beat. So I'll say 12-4. They've got a great offense, good enough defense. I think the pass rush is going to be huge. Terrell Suggs, Jameel McClain has had a good camp too next to Ray Lewis. If they can generate a good pass rush this year, along with Antoine Barnes, that can really offset the lack that we have, at the corner spot. So, just a very tough team to beat through 17 games. I would think that they're going to get in, and I think they can really make a serious run at the Super Bowl this year. We've been, to the playoffs the last 2 years. Lost in the AFC Championship game, and then last year lost to the Colts in the divisional round. But I really think they can make a strong run out of it this year.
That's all I have for me.
Just going to be an exciting year. Check us out. We'll be doing some more videos throughout the season. Probably we'll do one on Friday after the Ravens face off against the Panthers. Get our analysis of the game. See who performed well, who didn't perform so well, and keep you updated on things like training camp. If the Ravens do make a trade for a corner, which I wouldn't be surprised to see them do because we are pretty thin there. We'll be here to give you updates on that, and we'll see you all on Friday.